Hey.
Panther said he's the honorary host. He's got to hold it down while Joe don't show up. Usually I'm the one who's late.
I never got the alert. That's why I'm just sitting here like, okay, what's going on? I ain't heard nothing yet. So I'm like, okay.
Joe, we're talking spoilers.
Okay.
And he's mad about it. He's been complaining.
There's only one spoiler, y'all, so there's nothing to worry about. Only one.
Joe,
yeah.
Just let me ask you.
Uh-huh.
Does it make sense to you for Seth to align with Roman Reigns and the OG bloodline?
I thought about that when I seen it Monday. Not really.
Is there any aspect of his feud with Bronson Reed that warrants him putting aside a blood feud hatred he has for Roman Reigns to align himself with the OG bloodline?
Only thing I can think of is your old former tag team partner / rival join forces for one night. That's about it.
Seth helping Roman makes less sense than Cody helping Roman. The only thing that ever could have been done for it to have made sense for Seth Rollins to team with Roman Reigns would have been if Bronson Reed had given a tsunami to Becky Lynch.
That too. But
if that happened, I'd be okay with this entire thing.
No.
The fact that Bronson Reed attacked Seth and then lost a match to Seth, I don't see how in the world that's a motivating factor for Seth Rollins to align himself with the bloodline.
There is one scenario why they probably putting Seth with him.
What do you got?
They got better plans for Cody that night.
Well, hopefully they have Cody Rhodes defend his title.
Yes, he hasn't defended the title in a while, so that's probably it.
I'm okay with Cody defending the title. I'm totally on board with that. I'm not on board with Seth Rollins aligning himself with Roman Reigns. I just don't see where it's a sensible thing. I don't see why in the history these guys have together. And yes, the most recent. Seth was the deciding factor of Roman losing the belt.
That is true. He was.
Had Roman not turned and made it important to take Seth Rollins out, Cody would not have beaten him. So why would Roman be accepting of Seth Rollins? Why? Why would he do that?
Because deep down inside, it sounds crazy, but Seth is probably the last person he know he can trust.
But he can't trust Seth Rollins.
He trusted Seth Rollins for what? About 3 years? Yeah, 3 years as the Shield.
He hasn't been able to trust Seth Rollins in 10 years.
Yeah.
So how can he trust Seth Rollins?
It's the last option. Unless Seth is like the main person that has history with the bloodline. And the only way they could do something, I would say, if Seth doesn't do it, they would go to... Well, Randy already got his stuff going on. That would mean the last person in the world would be John Cena.
Or The Rock?
The Rock got other things to do, but
they could tease The Rock. I mean, they could have teased us a little. If with the options being Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed. I would have preferred if they would have kept it a 4-man.
I figured it was going to be a 4-man, but then
4-man makes more sense than Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed.
Yeah. That's why I was like, when I heard him say the 5th man, I'm like, 5th man? What the? But there's really nobody else they got besides Braun Breaker, maybe.
Man, Braun could be an option.
Well, Braun would probably be on Solo.
I don't know what legacy. I don't know how you would attach him to it, but I mean, just randomly put a guy in there.
Well, Braun and Solo go back to NXT, so that could be he could be on their side.
Good way to connect the dots.
And if Roman had to pick for the bloodline, one other person that could probably be the perfect common denominator. There really ain't nobody. I really can't think of nobody. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I really.
The KO Cody thing would have made some sense. But you're right. It would have made Cody not defending the belt again, which I would have complained about that.
There you
go. But that at least makes more sense storyline wise than Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns working together, unless Seth turns on Roman again, and that would be fantastic.
That could probably start how they want him to go on Raw.
Yeah. If they have Seth turn on Roman at War Games, or if they have Roman turn on Seth at War Games, then this is all worth it. I think we're more likely to have Seth turn on Roman, so Seth can be the heel in this.
Only way Seth could do it if he cost Roman the match. Let him get pinned and just stood right there and watched it.
Yeah. Or if they do something where he ends up hitting Roman with a chair.
Yeah, that chair. Seth's in the chair.
Make it seem like maybe he wasn't trying to. Maybe someone moved. There was enough time for him to stop, and he just didn't.
That too.
I think that would be a good way to go.
Or he accidentally hit him with the stomp.
Man, I guess there's probably a way they could make that happen, right? Someone else is lined up, he goes for it, and somehow Roman's head just ends up there.
Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, if they did it correctly, let's just say Roman spear Solo, but at the time Seth sees him down, and then for some reason spear stomp at the same time. If they plan it perfect, this guy hit perfect, like perfect timing. But I don't think it's possible.
Man, that would have to be like spot on. They would have.
That would.
But I'm not saying it's impossible.
I'm just saying it's gonna be like maybe 3 practice shots to make it perfect.
Barbie cake.
Yeah, man, if he's going for a stomp on somebody else, and Roman spears someone directly in front of that someone else, Roman would be face down. He could eat that stomp.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Daddy.
That's why I say it gotta be timed perfectly for it to happen.
Yeah, man, I'd be all right with that. I'd be like beyond all right with that. That would be pretty fantastic. Um, that would be a good way to build to those two facing each other. It'd be a good way to pull Roman on the Raw.
Mm-hmm.
And what do? You have the Shield explodes at Rumble.
Daddy, I want a Barbie cake for my birthday.
Girl, your birthday ain't till March. What do you want, a Barbie cake?
Daddy, I'm sitting on your back. What?
You don't have to. It doesn't have to be nobody's birthday for you to get a birthday cake.
No, she wants a Barbie birthday cake. Yeah.
Get her a Kurt Angle birthday cake instead.
I can do that. That's probably what I want to do, but we'll see how that works out.
It'll get her more ready for wrestling.
Yeah. Next week now. Yay. Mm-hmm. I had it all planned out and everything.
You see a lot of stuff that people don't want Seth Rollins drug into it.
He should be drugged. Look, Seth is better off feuding with Bronson at Survivor Series. And Bronson, not even Samoan. He has no connection to nobody.
Oh, he's from Australia, right?
Yeah.
I think Panther said that he's got some Samoan heritage, which a lot of Samoans ended up in Australia and New Zealand.
Okay. But I'm saying in general, he has no connection with the bloodline or the bloodline 0.20. It's just like he's in the shuffle.
He is of Samoan descent.
Oh. Never mind.
He was born in Australia.
Okay.
There we go. At least we solved that. So at least that's okay. That works. Let me ask you a question, Joe.
All right.
So we know from spoilers, nothing happened with New Day next week.
That's good. I didn't see that part.
Has this been going on for too long?
Well, it's been like roughly 4 or 6 weeks.
Longer than that, man. You got to go back to Odyssey Jones.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Damn, I forgot about him. Shit. Yeah.
Like, it's really been kind of drug out. And I feel like that whenever the breakup comes now, if that's what they're going to do, it's totally lost its impact.
I see it like this. If the New Day breaks up, they did it on the 10-year mark for them. If they don't break up,
Hey, Mom.
your Mark don't want you. There you go. Look, there you go. He looking at you, girl. Say quick peek. There you go. See, there you go. All right, there you go.
Mark's here for the kids.
I know, but I don't think they're gonna break up. They should break up the New Day, but then again,
New Day should just turn heel, man.
I would say just bring Big E back and let him be like I guess the manager or the what was it? Who did it perfect? I'm trying to remember. Somebody did it. Who was it? Oh, with like Rude. Like when he was in the NWO, he was like the manager. He could hit people, but nobody could hit him because it was in his protection clause.
Man, that would work. They could definitely let Big E be protected. I think the problem is, man, how do you turn him heel with Big E as your manager?
He would have to stop the positivity and go back to his NXT days when he was Big E Langston being the heel NXT.
I think it would be a good move. I just don't know that we could get. Could you get the crowd to buy into it? Big E not bringing the power of positivity. You almost have to have him just be MVP.
Yeah,
honestly,
he could be MVP, but that would mean he would have to drop his little 5 count on the preview pay-per-view, his little list he got. He would have to turn goody-goody, but I don't think he can do it. I don't think we can do it right now.
I think it would be great for them to figure out turning Big E heel along with the New Day. Big E's their manager. Let them get those tag titles and go on a run.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're going to keep the Usos back together again, let's bring that feud back.
But they would have to be on SmackDown to do that because they did it better on SmackDown than on Raw.
They did. Or, you let them battle it out on separate shows and then go right back to unifying those belts again.
Nah, I don't think they're going to unify the belts no more. They done with that.
I don't think the tag division is deep enough to have 2 titles.
Well, they got what? 5 teams on both shows? Yeah, they got 5 teams on.
Who's the tag champs on Raw right now?
Raw, Judgment Day.
Judgment Day, right? It's Finn and JD.
Finn and JD.
And SmackDown is Motor City Machine Guns.
That's right.
But SmackDown's about to lose a tag team because Gargano and Ciampa are going to break up.
That is true.
Theoretically, New Day is going to break up on Raw. So Raw's going to lose a tag team.
And theoretically, the Street Profits might break up too.
Mm-hmm. So, is the tag division deep enough to have 2 world titles?
Not really, but I can understand why they would need it for both shows. I can see why.
So, got this coming to us from Awesome Barnacle. Maybe Heyman comes back before we get near Survivor Series and steps in and says, no, I have the 5th member. And it's Brock. So Heyman brings Brock Lesnar back and Lesnar teams. I think that makes just as little sense as Seth Rollins doing. It's just that might be equally as dumb.
Nah.
Why would Brock Lesnar team with Roman Reigns?
Remember, Solo took out Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman was a Brock Lesnar manager for many years, and that's like his person, and you lay your hand on your person, it's war.
But Heyman turned his back on Roman. Heyman went with Roman. And he turns back on Brock. He went with Roman.
Yeah. But
he
would only make
stood by and watched the bloodline bury Roman Reigns and bury Brock Lesnar underneath all that rubble at SummerSlam 2 years ago.
But at the end,
so why would Brock care what happens to Paul Heyman? I said, or CM Punk. Why would they bring Punk back? Why would they pull Punk into this? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, CM Punk is now advertised for Survivor Series. Yeah, just seen that today.
And then
Brock
probably have him face Drew McIntyre again.
I don't know when Drew coming back, tell you the truth.
I don't know, man. She's got a lot of repeat stuff in WWE.
But yeah, I would say Brock would be a good choice for taking out Paul Heyman, who's like his dad. And you can't, your dad can turn your back against you, but then at the end of the day, he's still your dad, and you will protect your dad no matter what. So that's what
So
happened.
you're liking that idea, huh?
It seems all right for now.
Well,
but I don't think
let's talk. Let's talk a little bit about AEW.
Right.
They're really doing a lot with the idea that Mox takes over the Superstation.
That is great.
And the story is that Mox has full control over the whole Death Rider story. That it's Mox's story, and him and RJ Silva, the creative behind the Death Riders.
Okay.
So I think that's a positive.
That is, yeah.
I think that video package they put out is really good. So if you go to AEW Socials, you can see that, and that's like really good stuff. That's a good thing.
That was a good video. I ain't gonna lie, that was a good video.
Yeah, definitely hypes it up well. As we look at tonight's Dynamite, we got a really good card. Let's just start off out the gate, which probably going to be my match of the week: Lio Rush versus Swerve Strickland.
Ooh.
I think the winner of that's kind of probably obvious, unless Lio Rush decides he's joining the Hurt Syndicate.
I think he's gonna join it. That's his boy.
You think so? You think Leo's gonna join?
Well, look at it this way. MVP could be with Shelton, and Leo could be with Bobby, because Leo was always like the good mouthpiece for him in WWE, and he made his match so much thrill to watch, so much better. And MVP, he do the same, but I think Leo hypes up the match way better than MVP for Bobby.
I mean, Lio Rush was instrumental in Bobby Lashley getting so over again in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think he did the best annoying manager possibly ever.
Yeah.
I can't believe no one's stolen that whole bit of a manager keeping a mic throughout the entire match.
Mm.
That's a good bit.
I know. I would say the last person to ever do something like that would probably been Bobby the Brain when he was with who was he with? Andre the Giant. He'll be right there by his side, then run over to the commentary, grab the headset, start talking, then go right back.
Yeah. It's a good bit. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
We're also going to have a match you told me you're not feeling. Falls Count Anywhere. Lance Archer versus Roderick Strong.
But after just 5 minutes, they came back.
You're not feeling that? I don't understand why it's Falls Count Anywhere.
I'm not feeling that one or the Adam Cole match. They just seem like they should have been on Collision, tell you the truth, because they ain't no hype match for Dynamite.
You're not feeling the Adam Cole Tashida match either? Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Is it that you're not feeling that match, or are you no longer feeling Adam Cole?
Kind of both. Both really. Both really.
I think a lot of people are no longer feeling Adam Cole.
Both. I would say the last two matches, they did the little soft, little he can still wrestle gimmick, but then it went kind of downhill. And the fact that poor Adam Cole, that guy ain't himself no more. He's not the Ring of Honor, the NXT guy no more. He just, I don't know the good way to say it. He's like the broke down Shawn Michaels that lost his smile.
You know what the issue is with Adam Cole?
Mm-hmm.
He needs to be in a group.
That too.
In Ring of Honor, he was part of Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
He was part of the Bullet Club. Granted, in Bullet Club, he was just the guy who wasn't Kenny Omega. But he goes to NXT, Undisputed Era, gets over big time.
Mm-hmm.
He comes into AEW, and
he got injured within, after 5 matches?
I got to be honest. They just never should have taken him out of the Elite.
That too.
I think that was a big factor in everything for Adam Cole in AEW. The thing that made sense was for him to come in and fall in line with the Elite. But then we brought in Bobby Fish. We brought in Roderick Strong. We brought in Kyle O'Reilly. And we tried to do Undisputed Era again.
Mm-hmm. That wouldn't work out.
No. And they really shouldn't have tried to do that. It should have just been, hey, you know what? He was with the Elite before, back in the Ring of Honor days. We're going to welcome him back in. Let's not bring in his old Undisputed Era buddies, because they literally just tried to do the same thing, and it just didn't click.
Nah.
Then, of course, you lose Bobby Fish. Kyle O'Reilly gets hurt. We didn't even have Roddy at the time. And then you try to make him a singles guy, and there's just no believability that Adam Cole on his own beats any.
I'd be surprised if Strong beats Adam and goes to face MJF. Now that'd be funny.
I mean, they're going to have Adam Cole beat Tashida, and he should.
Yeah, but they're going to make it look.
Anything, they should abandon this whole idea that Adam Cole was going to go after MJF. Again, just drop it. And let Adam Cole go on a losing streak. Just start jobbing him out and have it be the he's lost his smile kind of thing. And then let him regroup with Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly. But let it play out for a while where he's just down on his luck and he just can't make anything happen, and it might be the end of the road for him. Start writing it like Adam Cole's retiring, and then have it be one of those casino ladder matches where you get your shot at the title and have those guys help Adam Cole win it. Then he cashes that in and takes the world title off whoever has it.
I don't know.
That's the only way to bring back the mystique of Adam Cole.
But honestly, I'm just gonna say this: Adam Cole, I think he done went away. It's gone.
I think his aura's gone, as the kids say.
Yeah, I think it's like a kid stopped watching Paw Patrol and going on the Roblox.
Well, two guys who still got their aura. Hangman Adam Page and Christian Cage are going to face Jay White and Juice Robinson. I think they're back to being called the Bang Bang Gang. I don't think they're Bullet Club Gold anymore.
I think it went off for them together. They the Bullet Club, and when it just the two guns, they the Bang Bang Gang along with Juice.
It's confusing.
Yeah,
I can't keep track of it.
yeah,
Dad, if he says
What is that match to be
loud,
fun?
yeah.
But I have to imagine Adam Page is going to take out Christian Cage.
Nah.
Yeah, Christian's going to pop off at Adam Page, and Adam Page is going to starch it.
You won.
Then that's going to be an Adam Page Christian Cage feud, and Christian's going to get duped into putting that title shot on the line, and Adam Page is going to take it off of it. Then Adam Page is going to have that contract just wait to cash that thing in. And an Adam Page versus this Jon Moxley feud. What if Adam Page is the savior of AEW against Moxley? Because if someone could be, it could be Adam Page.
So you want technically two heels to go against each other, but Hangman being the good heel that brings the gold back.
Well, who else could it be? Listen, you have Hangman try, and what if Hangman might fail? And if Hangman fails, it gives you time for it to be Kenny. So let's face it. The reality is it's probably going to be Darby, but it probably shouldn't be Darby.
I don't think it's going to be Darby.
I say we book it. Hangman takes that contract off of Christian. Hangman then calls his shot. He wants Mox. Those two could go to war, and Hangman comes up short. He makes the phone call. And he calls Kenny.
I think something better would work out. I think it'd be better if Hangman teams with Christian, and let's say Christian does go after the title. Christian now has an extra hand to help him take out Wheeler, Pac, and Claudius.
Do you think Hangman and Adam Page will play good on a group with Christian Cage and
Nah, I mean, like,
Kip Saban?
Let's just say he helps him, but Christian promised him his very first title shot at whatever pay-per-view next.
It's going to be hard. I mean, it's hard to even think of the idea that Hangman Page is still aligned with the Elite, because this Hangman Adam Page is a villain. He's a bad man, Joe. He's a real bad man.
I know. He's like the what was it? I'll say he like AJ Styles in TNA. He was the goody good, then went solo, turned bad guy, but stood by himself. Went solo.
Yeah.
Still bad.
He's a lone wolf. He is. I just don't see how him teaming with Christian Cage pans out well. You also have a factor of the fact that they're against the Bang Bang Gang, which is the Bullet Club Gold, and Hangman was in the Bullet Club. Now, I get it. Hangman and Jay White seem to have beef now. But I just don't see how Hangman gets along with anybody. He's not a guy who should be booked to have friends. He's not. Everything that's happened, he's like the guy who all of his friends turned on him and let a dude break into his house.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got what might be the main event tonight, House of Black versus the FTR. Full Gear 4-Way Contender Series.
I'm okay with that.
Match should be good. Here's my problem. I have no idea who wins this thing. I'm also not sure I understand what the Full Gear 4-Way Contender Series is.
Okay, so last week at the private party they had a speech last week. They said it's coming after everybody. So at Full Gear, they got 4 qualification matches. No, 3, my bad. 3 qualification matches. So House of Black versus FTR's first one. Then Saturday they got one. Then next week they got one. So it'll be a fatal 4-way for the tag team at Full Gear.
Okay, so this match is to be able to get into a fatal 4-way tag team match at Full Gear.
That's
so
what
it'll be Private Party versus 3 other teams.
3 other teams.
In one match.
All one
for
match.
Their first title defense. This is, I don't see how this is beneficial for the champions.
Let's see here, because what was it? They got in everybody's face.
Who wins tag titles for the first time in the company goes, I want to defend the belts against 3 teams. That seems like a bad idea. The odds are not in their favor to retain their titles.
Blame Tony Khan. He made the match after they had that little speech, and he made the stipulation that next day. Oh, whatever that night was. Yeah.
I guess, man.
So tonight
don't get me wrong. Them Private Party versus any 3 teams in AEW is going to be a fun match to watch.
And I believe the Outrunners versus the what was it?
Man, Outrunners better find their way into that fatal 4-way.
I think they're going against Don Callis' team.
The Outrunners are fun, man. That's a fun tag team.
Yeah. And I forgot the third match, but that's what it is. Fatal 4-way.
Then we'll hear from Bobby Lashley tonight. I imagine it'll be after the beatdown of Swerve Strickland. But then we have Mox seizes the Superstation.
I don't know what that means.
What do you think's going to happen?
I'm going to say, if he does it right, he kicks off the commentary. Pac and Claudius and all 3 of them run the show, commentary, everything. And the one chick, I guess she'll be like the ring announcer, ringing the bell. Ding, ding.
I think having those guys on commentary could be hilarious because it's very NWO to do that. But if you take the guys who have the heaviest accents of the group and you have them do the commentary, that shit could be comedic gold.
I know. And so, yeah, I would say Pac and Claudius, commentary. Wheeler, probably screw people in the ring, being the referee, and Mox being like, I don't know, general manager of the show, taking out Christopher Daniels. There we go.
What exactly is Christopher Daniels' job in AEW now?
Oh, Christopher Daniels, since the whole Tony Khan incident, Christopher Daniels been like the vice president, or what you want to call it, for Tony Khan.
Like talent relations kind of a thing or something like that?
Yeah, so when Tony's not there on the road, he can call the shots because of what Tony tells him to do or how they go.
Do you think AEW needs a general manager?
I guess they need something. I would say maybe if they did have a general manager, it would have to be the right person.
Like someone who could be like a good enforcer.
Yeah. Let's see. I would say the best person right now. That's probably. Hey, you know what? What's with Eric Bischoff?
You already said he's going to MLW.
Yeah, I looked at that. It was for one night only. He run the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good. Thank God. Yeah, it'll never be Bischoff.
I don't know.
I think there was an opportunity out the gate.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he would have taken that job. And I truthfully think the reason why he is so anti-AEW is because he wanted a job and Tony Khan didn't give him one. And I think he still collects a WWE paycheck. I think maybe it's under a Legends deal or some kind of thing where that. All right, I'm just gonna be honest. I think these a lot of these dipshits out there who constantly run down AEW as if it's not been a better show week in and week out since like June of this year. Better pay-per-views, better weekly programming than WWE. But then you have dum-dums like Vince Russo, like Eric Bischoff, like Kevin Nash, who recently said that he thinks that WCW in 1992 was more competition to WWE than AEW is today. After he said it, he tore both quads, so that's a factor. And the people on Sirius XM, I think all these people are collecting WWE paychecks or want to be collecting WWE paychecks to talk shit about AEW and run it down. Because there's no way you're watching both programs week in and week out, and you think what WWE is doing week in and week out is better than AEW. You're just not watching both shows.
That's true. I can admit, there have been times AEW been better than WWE, and I admit to it.
And I'm not even saying WWE's bad right now. It's not. But what AEW, Dynamite is a better show than consistent.
Yeah, I can get that.
And every pay-per-view is better than every premium live event consistently since June.
Yeah, that all in, all out, back to back. That was pretty good. Hey, she falls, y'all. I got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's weird that there's so much anti-AEW stuff out there. Whatever, it's just a good wrestling show. I think there's just a lot of people who thought they were going to get a job there.
Yeah, I think mostly they're anti-AEW because they have a lot of people, but nothing to show for them. Mostly, they just mostly show the same people like WWE does.
Here's the thing. When one of their major stars is out or injured, the show never misses a beat. They got people on deck to step right in. Kenny Omega's been out. Show hasn't missed a beat. Danielson gone. Show hasn't missed a beat. If Cody gets hurt tomorrow, SmackDown becomes a bit of a dud. If Roman gets hurt tomorrow, Survivor Series becomes a wash.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
You can't put other people into those roles in WWE.
I can see that.
What would they do? If Roman got hurt tomorrow, what do they do with Survivor Series?
I think they would. It all depends on how he got hurt. They would probably try to hold it off or something.
I think if Roman got hurt tomorrow, they wouldn't tell us. They would milk it out. We go to watch Survivor Series thinking Roman was going to be in the main event. We would get a surveillance footage of Roman being attacked by masked men, and he wouldn't be able to do the match.
Or he could do the match and he'd be the first one pinned by Solo. Or maybe Jacob be better for it. That'd be better.
It'd make the most sense for Jacob to be the one who beats Roman Reigns. Or for Jacob to have Roman basically beat and Solo to take credit for it. Because then you can kind of tease that idea that maybe Jacob's going to turn on Solo.
I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think it's gonna happen just yet.
No, but just for the record, 2 years ago, Mark the Monster told everyone Solo Sikoa was going to be the guy to turn on Roman Reigns. Just got to put that out there.
Yeah, I forgot all about that.
You think there'll be any surprises tonight on Dynamite, Joe?
I'm going to say the Hurt Syndicate. How you say that?
Syndicate?
Syndicate. Thank you. Syndicate. They're going to interfere in Swerve's match. They ain't going to interfere. They're going to be like standing at the ring side or up at the ramp just watching the match.
Do you think Lio Rush or Ricochet join the Hurt Syndicate this week?
Not yet. I think Ricochet got his own stuff going on right now. He ain't ready to join them just yet. Lio Rush, it's a toss-up because I would say Bobby would want him, but MVP wouldn't want him.
Certainly going to be interesting. I'd like to see that faction grow. All right, well, everyone, thank you for checking us out live on Instagram. If you're checking us out on YouTube or Spotify, that just means I remembered to edit this and put it on YouTube and Spotify because I forgot on Monday.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. I forgot. I remembered Tuesday morning. I'm like, oh, shit, I didn't put it up.
Oh, well, it happened.
Yep. We have a fundraiser going. Lyon County Dog Kennel on our Instagram page. Also, any merch sold from our merch table, 100% out of the profits in the month of November will go to the dog kennel. So get your Netflix and Raw shirt now. A great gift for the holidays. It would be the talk of Christmas dinner if you show up wearing a Netflix and Raw shirt. Good luck explaining that to Grandma.
Yeah, we'll see that about that.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you, everyone, for checking us out. We'll be back later on this weekend. We'll name our wrestlers of the week, matches of the week, show of the week, Joe of the week.
Yeah. Oh, and one more thing. In case many people did not know, 20 years ago, y'all, we lost ODB from the Wu-Tang Clan, y'all, because you didn't know.
That's 20 years ago?
That was 20 years ago.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, dang.
Also today, we lost Eddie Guerrero 19 years ago on the same day.
Good grief.
I know, all on November 13th.
Way to bring the doom and gloom, Joe. Thanks.
Hey, somebody got to do it.
I guess so. Well, we'll see you guys on the next one. We're out.